Hello students, today we are going to start the first topic of NCRT class 5th, that is water, the essence of life. This chapter belongs to the book The Wondrous World in class 5th. So today I am going to explain in detail the topic, that is water, the essence of life. The question comes that why water is called the essence of life. Essence, in the sense, in Marathi language it is called as Moola Tattva. Moola Tattva means the fundamentally important substance of our life is called essence, and water, the essence of life, means water is very much fundamentally very important substance of our life. So if we come to the formula of water, it is indicated chemically as H2O, means there are two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Togetherly makes one molecule of water, that is H2O. We know that there are 8 planets present in our solar system. Out of those 8 planets, Earth is the only planet where water, means life, exists, and that is why we call water the essence of life, because water is very much necessary for the existence of living organism on Earth. So if we consider the distribution of water on Earth, there is about 71% of total geographical area of Earth is occupied with salt water. And if we consider out of total water, 97% of water is saline in nature, that is salty water, and only 3% of water is fresh water. If we take the example of glass filled with water, we can consider that glass has 97% of salt water, and if we take a spoon of water from the glass, that spoonful water is considered as fresh water. Only 3% of water on earth is about fresh water. Now out of fresh water, this 3% of fresh water is distributed for various uses. For example, we use this fresh water for drinking purpose, for growing crops, for daily activities. Daily activities means for washing the clothes, then for washing vehicles, then for washing kitchenwares, etc. Now, we know that water is very important for the existence of living organism. So some kinds of living organism that live in water are considered as aquatic living organism, and those aquatic living organism contain aquatic plants and aquatic animals. Now question comes, if we are considering water the essence of life, then how many types of water are there around us? We can see that around 7 different types of waters are available around us. The first type of water which is present around us is tap water, which comes from the tap. Second one is spring water. Spring water means whatever ice glaciers are present in mountainous region, that glaciers, after melting due to the effect of heat, they comes down the slopy region, and that water is called as spring water. Then comes for distilled water. Distilled water is also called as purified water. Means this water is very much fit for drinking purpose as compared to tap water. Tap water comes from the tap, but it is not fit for the drinking. It can be used for other purposes. Then comes mineral water. Mineral water, that the water bottle that we bought from the market, that bottle is called as mineral water bottle, which contain some minerals, specifically magnesium and calcium. Then comes carbonated or sparkling water. Carbonated or sparkling water is the water which contain carbon dioxide, which is used for cooking purposes. That water is called as carbonated or sparkling water. The next type of water is hard water. Hard and soft water means what? Hard means not to feel hard, but it contains high amount of minerals. And the water which contain high amount of minerals like magnesium and calcium, that water is said to be hard water. And some kind of water are there which contain very low amount of minerals. Such water is called as soft water. Now, in India, if we consider the coastal region of Gujarat, Gujarat is situated in the western part of India, where many salt pans are developed. Salt pans are the flatlands where sea water is allowed to collected into the pan, where that water is stored for many days to keep it for dry. And when that water get dried up, we collect the salt. This collection of salt from the dried water takes place with the process of evaporation. And we know that evaporation is the important process in which water get converted into vapor form. Means liquid form of water get converted into gaseous form, and that process is called as evaporation. It is a very important key process in the process of collection of salt, and this is collected in salt pans. So next point is sources of water. Sources means the places or regions where we get sufficient amount of water are called as sources. And there are many or various sources of water present on earth in the form of ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans, glaciers, groundwater, wells, water in wells, and rainwater. There is one question that what is the difference between oceans and sea? Actually, oceans are very large and deep in nature, whereas sea is shallow and not that much deep in nature. So these all are the sources of fresh water on earth. Actually, sources of fresh water on earth. And the example of those sources are ponds, lakes, rivers, oceans. Ocean is the salt water source, but it also, by the process of evaporation, it converted into pure form of water and forms the cloud. Glaciers, groundwater, wells, and rainwater. Now one important point is there in your textbook, that is three different forms of water. There are forms means state, types, kinds. Means water is available in three form. It can be present in ice form, which we call it as a solid. It can be present in rain form, which we call it as a liquid. It also can be present in vapor form, which we also call it as a gas. Means water is the only substance which can convert from solid to liquid and again from liquid to gas. You know, this conversion of solid to liquid and liquid to gas is a reversible process. Reversible process means if solid ice get converted into liquid water, that liquid water again after cooling get converted into ice form. So liquid form of water after heating get converted into gas or vapor. This vapor again after cooling get converted into liquid form. So one example of condensation is given here. If you take some ice crystals in a glass, after some time you come to observe that there are tiny droplets collected on the outer surface of that glass. So from where does these tiny droplets comes? Those tiny droplets comes by the process of condensation. Condensation is the process, very important process, in which what happen? Vapor form of water get converted into liquid form of water. So from where then these liquid droplets comes? I will tell that. See, these ice crystals in a glass are very much cool in nature. So whatever air present surrounding the glass, it is less cool. It means it contains water vapor. Water vapor, and water vapor is in gaseous form. So gaseous vapors are only formed when the temperature of liquid form of water increases. Same thing is happening here. Water vapor are less cooler as compared to the temperature surround inside the glass. So as this water vapors comes in contact with the surface of glass, that water vapor get converted into liquid form and some tiny droplets get collected out over the surface of glass. This process of conversion of vapor form of water into liquid form is called as condensation. Now, temperature is the very important factor in changing the state of water. State is the similar word to the form of water, types of water, states of water like solid, liquid and gas. For example, I have taken one example. If you collect ice crystals in a pot and if you allowed it to get heated for some time, that solid form of ice will start to melt. What will happen? Melting of ice will take place, and after melting, that water is converted into liquid form. Means if we continuously supply heat to the ice form of solid form of water, then it will start to melt and get converted into liquid form. Again, if we supply heat to the liquid form of water, then it convert into gaseous form of water, and that is why temperature is the very important key factor in changing the state of water from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Thank you. Please share, like and subscribe.